Hi guys, welcome to another episode of VEGBATE where I take common excuses made against veganism and I respond to them. Today's excuse is animals were made to be eaten by us. So this video is going to be very question oriented. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions and you are going to have to reflect on yourself because this question involves talking about religion and what you believe, and everybody has different beliefs. So alter it towards you, and you really need to reflect on yourself to get anything out of this video. But if you are, say, an atheist or whatever, you don't have a religion, just enjoy the video. So, why would God create sentient beings for us to eat? These animals, like us, can feel pain. They have a nervous system that makes them capable of that. Why would God want to put his creations through so much pain and suffering? Does he not love all of his creations? Plants were created without a nervous system. They are not sentient. They cannot feel pain. Eating them causes no harm. If you believe eating them does cause harm, please go see VEGBATE episode number 1 where I talk about that actually. And hey, if you think I'm wrong, just go to that video and comment. It's more related. God cares about all of his creations, not one is less loved than the other. Yet every day upwards of 80 billion animals are killed just to be served up on your plate. And these animals are not much different than the other animals that you like. Cats, dogs, horses, etc. In the sense that they can feel pain and they have families. They respond to stimuli. If animals were put here on earth for us to eat, why don't you eat dogs? They're an animal. Bugs, rhinos, elephants, cats, dolphins. Why don't you eat those? They're animals. You separate the animals in your mind because of cognitive dissonance. You think killing a dog is wrong, but killing a pig is okay because of food. Because pigs aren't cute, because pigs are dirty, because pigs are dumb. Circle of life. Plants feel pain. Vegans get deficiencies. We've eaten meat forever. Why change? But all these excuses that you are making to separate these animals are flawed. As I've discussed in other chapters or videos, separating these animals is for untrue reasoning. It's speciesism. It's clear your reasoning is due to social conditioning because the studies, the facts, are showing different and you are going against them. Let's talk about Christianity for a little bit because Christians tend to bring up that animals were created for us, although a few other religions do as well. At least this is what I've noticed, so this is what I wanted to focus on. The Garden of Eden was all plants for consumption. Nowhere was there chopped up carcasses of animals, nor did Adam and Eve think to kill an animal, a sentient being, for food, when there was abundance of edible plants. The Bible only began mentioning the consumption of animals after the original sin. So a common scenario brought up when talking about this whole subject is the little question, which is why I said you're gonna have to ask yourself a lot of questions for this video. If you were in the room with the devil, God, and a sheep, who would be telling you to kill the sheep? That's veganism in a nutshell. You do not have to kill the sheep to survive. You have other options. Yet for you to go and kill that sheep anyway, who are you listening to? Some people might point out, this is an unrealistic situation, this is never gonna happen. Every day you have that situation happening. You do not have to kill that animal to survive. In some cases, like I've talked about in other VEGBATE episodes, you may have to, but you are not in that situation. You watching this video are not in that situation. You don't have to be faced with that decision. So who's telling you to kill the sheep? But you don't kill the animals yourself. I've already talked about that in 2 other videos, VEGBATE episodes. I'll link them in the cards. Just learn a little more about supply and demand and you'll see how that all works and how you are driving everything. So there's just this cute little quote that I want to share with you guys in this video. The animals of this world exist for their own reasons. They were not made for humans any more than black people were made for white or women created for men. Alice Walker. This kind of gets you thinking that a long time ago we allowed slaves. Now we see that as wrong. Why? How come we divided blacks versus whites? How come we divided men versus women? We're dividing animals versus us now. We're both sentient. We both feel pain, just like blacks and whites and women and men. We're not asking for animals to have the right to vote. They're not a human. They are not capable of thinking like we are. But that doesn't mean that they don't deserve to not feel pain. If animals were really made for human consumption, they wouldn't be causing 14 of the 15 leading causes of death. After all, why would a god want us to consume something that leads to premature death? Perhaps it's the work of the devil. All of these diseases, funny enough, can be prevented, sometimes reversed and cured by eating a plant-based diet. Of course, other factors can play in and can be a huge help in preventing these diseases, but diet has the biggest link because of epigenetics. If you want to learn more about this, you can visit nutritionfacts.org. Dr. Michael Greger is a plant-based doctor that is constantly finding studies and talking about the findings, summarizing them for you, and the studies are there if you want to read through them yourself. But for those of you that are not scientific, it's a great place to go to understand more. And he's not pushing veganism, let's get that straight. Plant-based diet and veganism are completely different. He is looking at evidence-based nutrition, plant-based diet. I'm talking more about veganism, but vegans eat a plant-based diet. And of course, there's healthy vegan diets and unhealthy vegan diets. And if you are trying to prevent diseases, you're going to want to aim for the whole foods, plant-based vegan diet, not Oreos and vegan Doritos and all that stuff. Of course, that's going to cause diseases. But when you're eating whole foods, plants that were already made to be eaten by us, by our creator, why would a god not want us to eat the most sustainable diet possible to protect the beautiful planet he created? If you haven't seen the documentary Cowspiracy, it's available on Netflix. I recommend giving it a watch. This documentary shows the impact our everyday life is having on the planet and what we can do to protect the Earth from further destruction. We could see fishless oceans by 2048. That is so very close. And it's terrifying. So many people call themselves an environmentalist, yet they're not looking into new information all the time to see what they can do to improve their carbon footprint on the planet. Do you really care about something if you're not learning more about it and seeing what you can do to better align your heart with your actions? But the biggest question, we clearly have power over all species on the planet. Although sometimes that's not the case. Why don't we use our power for the greater good? Why are we choosing to live unsustainably and destroy the planet? Why are we choosing to harm our own bodies, God's creation, because of taste? Why are we contributing to the deaths of billions upon billions of animals annually? Just because we can, when we don't have to. Use your power wisely. We have the knowledge of what we are contributing to now that we didn't know in the past. And that's all I want to say, guys. So this is the end of the video. I hope this was really thought-provoking. And I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.